How's it going, everybody? Nathaniel from RCInsight here, and today I'm going to be taking a look at all the set images for LEGO Creator 2021 sets that we have gotten so far. A lot of this wave is actually really small polybag sets. I've covered some of the polybag sets, but I'm just going to go over everything here, give my thoughts and opinions on them, and tell you what I think about this wave overall. So let's just jump right into it. First off, there is the Steam Locomotive. This is a little polybag set. Pretty blurry image, not much to separate it from many of the other little creator locomotives we have got in the past. Nothing special there to me. Lots and lots of creator sets like this. Then there is the Penguin, another polybag. Again, not a lot of info on it. Pretty blurry image. This one looks kind of interesting to me, though. Kind of a cool little display piece. Probably gets thrown in with big orders from the LEGO store, so I like it. It's kind of a neat little set. Nothing special again here, but just a cool little polybag for sure. Then there's the Carnivorous Plant, same as the other two, not a lot of info and a blurry image. This one I think is the most interesting one to me. It's something unique and different for a polybag, and I like the color scheme here and the design. It looks quite different from, like I said, anything you've seen in a polybag. I like it overall. I think it would be a cool little display piece on your countertop, and hopefully maybe even has a fun little play feature in there. Hopefully the mouth could move or something. Don't know for sure, but that would be what I would hope for in something like this, and that would be really nice to get a play feature in a polybag set. So I really like this. My favorite polybag out of this year's creator wave. I already discussed the clown, the muscle car, and the German Shepherd in my polybag video. Just to briefly reiterate, I think the clown is creepy. The mega car is an homage to the old racers theme, and the German Shepherd is actually kind of cool and really a nice addition for a polybag as well, much like the Carnivorous Plant. So then on to actual sets from the Winter 2021 Creative Wave. The first one is the Cyber Drone. This is a set that I really like. A great price point, $10, 113 pieces. I think this looks really cool. I don't know why. You get a minifigure in here too, which is nice. I really like the minifigure here. I don't know if that's exclusive prints for the minifigure or not. I have to look into it, but I love that. And I love this build. It's cheap, it's little, but it's really cool. Like, I don't know what it is, but there's something that just really draws me to it. I like the color scheme here. It's just a little bit different than any small flying vehicles we have seen in LEGO over the past several years. So really nice. Like this, definitely on my buy list. Then there is the Wild Lion, which is 224 pieces and $14. Really good price point on this. I've never been a big fan of animals. It is nice to get this. I don't even know how I describe it. It's typically used as like a rocky piece in this maroon red. I don't know how you would describe it, but it's nice to get that piece in that maroon red there. But other than that, like I said, I've never been an animal person. If you're an animal person, I'm sure this is a really cool set. And it's quite nice in creator because, again, you got, two other animals that you can make with this as well. So not a bad set by any means, just not something that I am personally interested in. The use of the car ATV front here as the kind of forehead eyes is also another really nice addition to the set that I thought was worth pointing out. Then there is the race car transporter. This is $30 and has 328 pieces. And again, this to me is pretty uninteresting. We've gotten plenty of small creator sets like this before, plenty of trucks, transport trucks, that sort of thing. Nothing new here, and it doesn't really stand out that much, probably to me, because it's not minifigure scale. I kind of just look at this as a small, lackluster set. I'm sure there are going to be those of you who like cars and vehicles who will jump on this, and that's great. It does have a decent color scheme, but to me, it's just not worth my time and my money. Then there is the Super Motorbike. This is 236 pieces and will retail for $20 US. This one, I'm undecided on if I want to get it or not, but I really like it. Again, it's different enough. It actually really strikes me, and you can even see that there's some of these Technique pieces in the body there, because it does remind me a lot of Technique motorbikes. And I think that's a good case in this scenario, because you don't really get any regular Lego builds in this sort of style. Like, I don't think I've seen a non-Technique build in this style. And so it's really nice. And I like that. I don't know if I'm going to buy it, but the price point's good. The color scheme's good. And it's a unique looking set. So for sure, it's on my radar. I think this is a good set overall. Then there are some other ones here that we don't have the most clear set images for yet, but we'll take a look at them nonetheless. The Space Mining Mech has 327 pieces and retails for $30. This I find very uninteresting. I've never been a mech fan. I've just never really been into mechs at all. Not my thing. And the other two variations for this set are not something that interests me either. It is a cool looking set, no doubt, and there's some unique pieces that are used in here. I'm assuming what looks like some glow-in-the-dark pieces, which is always nice, I think here and down here. But like I said, this just really is not for me, though I'm sure there'll be some of you that jump at this. Not my style. Then we have the Safari Wildlife Treehouse. This is 397 pieces and $30. I like the price point on this. It's quite a good price point. 7.6 cents per piece is always good. And I don't love the treehouse build. I mean, it's okay. The giraffe just seems incredibly unnecessary to me. So not really at the top of my list per se, and the treehouse build I'm kind of on. However, up here in the top right, this alternate build for the set, I really like the airplane actually, and you get a tree build in there as well. And the other alternate build I like a decent amount as well. So this one I'm interested in more for the alternate build as opposed to the main build, which is part of the point of Creator. But the main build here, again, I find rather uninteresting. Now, part of it could be just the coloration in the magazine that this is obviously taken from. That could be turning me off from this set a little bit. So we'll see if we get better set images if I change my mind. But I'm looking at what I see here and thinking just not quite for me. But it is a cool set, and we don't get a lot of treehouse sets, so that's nice. Though there is the Lego Ideas treehouse, which is gorgeous if you're willing to spend the money. Then there is the Surfer Beach House. This is 564 pieces and it's $50 US. This I really like. I've liked all of the Creator, I guess we can call them modular in quotations, buildings. They do a set like this every year now, and they have for quite some time. I've always liked all of them. This one in particular, I like the color scheme and the chaos here. It's very reminiscent of something that you would see not in North America, but probably overseas, where it's like two different buildings thrown together. You've got a whole bunch of different color styles, a whole bunch of stuff tacked on the outside. I really like that a lot. Get too many figures in here, I don't really care for that. But the building overall, the mash of colors and styles, and really, like I said, the chaos that you get in this, as well as the detailing, to me is just really good here. I also like the addition of the dolphin in this set, even though it's just a little small thing. This is really cool and definitely something on my watch list that I may turn around and buy because it does have a nice price point and it can be integrated with my city quite well also. Then there are the roses, 120 pieces, no price point on this yet. This to me is a weird one because the botanical collection was labeled 18 plus and was listed as a creator expert. These builds seem no more difficult than the botanical collection flower bouquet. It seems like it's right in the same vein as those builds, same difficulty, but it's much smaller. It's only 120 pieces as opposed to 800. It's only 2 flowers as opposed to a whole bouquet. And I think the size is what brings the age rating down, and I'd like to see LEGO be consistent with that because, like I said, the difficulty of the build seems the same as those 18 plus creator expert sets. So that seems a little weird to me. However, I do like this because I think it's a taste of that botanical collection flower bouquet without getting the whole thing, which is a lot of pieces and a little more expensive. So this may be something that I'm interested in just to try it out and see how this type of build feels. because it is on a smaller and cheaper scale. So I do appreciate that. And again, the use of the car hoods here to create the flower bud, I think is a very, very unique application of those pieces. So I like that. But this is kind of a 50-50 on me. We'll wait until I get a price point. If it's under $10, I'll probably buy it. If it's in the $20 range, then this is of no interest to me. Then we have the Tulips, which is 111 pieces, and similar thing to the last set. Same sentiment about it looking like very similar build to the 18 plus set, so I'm not sure what the difference is here other than the lack of pieces. This one is much less interesting than the Rose set to me. I don't like the flower heads nearly as much, and I don't like the colors here nearly as much. And I know tulips are these colors, but I like the red. Red's my favorite color. The yellow here and the white here do nothing for me. The purple is okay. This one I'm definitely not interested in. And if I wanted to dip my toes into the botanical sets, it would be with the roses. Then there's two other Polybags down here. Actually, I think they are exclusives. And I did not talk about them earlier, I don't think, so I'll give my thoughts on them now. The Taxi, Yellow Taxi, 124 pieces. This is, it's an interesting build. It's very, as you can see, I'm assuming it's a New York taxi, just given that the Statue of Liberty is peeking out on the top there, and what I'm assuming are all stickers, which it would have been nice if that's a printed piece, but nothing you can do about that. This to me is nothing special. If you're into cars, this is a cool set for you to pick up on a whim, I guess. It's not going to be expensive. For me, this is just not something special or interesting, and I just see no need to buy it because it's so easy to make these things on your own, and it doesn't really add anything to a collection. It's not a big display piece. So these types of vehicles, to me, just are not interesting. The Tuk Tuk here, though, however, I do find quite interesting, possibly because of my Asian connection. It's 155 pieces, so it's a little bigger. And having lived over in Asia for 5 years, I got to see lots of vehicles like this. And so I think maybe there's some affinity I know there's an affinity to that culture and that style. It's why I love the Chinese New Year sets. I love everything Asian. And so I think maybe that's why I like this a little bit more. Very cool set. And I like the real, I don't want to say clashing, but just diverse color scheme here. Again, same thing with the Surf House where it was like a bunch of colors thrown together. Like the thrown together feel of this is what I really like because that mirrors real life. And I've been in these sorts of vehicles and they are terrifying, but this is a really cool set. And if it's cheap, I might pick it up because, again, of that connection to Asia, and it's a nice set overall and different, very different. I think we got one of these in one of the Lego Ninjago City sets a while back, but we've never got anything like this other than that. And so this is the first time getting a vehicle like this as a standalone, which is really, really neat. My only gripe is that it does appear to be minifigure scale. You could definitely fit minifigs inside there. So it's a little disappointing that we don't get a minifigure with this one. But other than that, like I said, I like this a lot, and it's on my radar to watch out for. So overall, what do I think of this creator wave? I think it's okay. It's nothing special, and I've been generally unimpressed by creator for the last several years, but there are some standouts here. There's a couple nice Polybags, which is just not what you'd expect from a Polybag, like the Carnivorous Plant here. And then there's a couple small sets that I also really like the Cyber Drone. So it's nice to get some cheap sets that to me seem like really good sets as well. But other than that, nothing really stands out here to me other than I do like the Surfer Beach House, and I like the Tuk Tuk there as well a little bit. But overall, not a ton that I'm interested in this creator wave, which is a shame. Really only one of these sets I think is a for sure buy, and that is the Cyber Drone. And the rest, we'll just kind of have to wait and see what I think about them and how much money I have to spend, because none of them are on the top of my priority list. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the Creator 2021 wave, guys. Let me know what you think about these sets down in the comments below. If there's any that you for sure are buying, any that you really love. And if you like this video, please leave a like on it to show your support. And also just know that I still have more of these 2021 set videos to go. So if you are interested in seeing those as soon as they come out, I still have Minecraft and Avengers and all those to cover. So subscribe if you want to see those as soon as they come out. And with all that said, thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.